Hello, my name is Rami. Today I will be teaching you some computer culture general information. And here are the things that we will be talking about. Difference between a desktop and a laptop. Origin of the word computer. Hardware and software. Input devices, output devices, and storage devices. Processing and the CPU. Motherboard. RAM and hard disk. And capacity. So let's start with desktop versus laptop. The word desktop comes from the fact that the computer can be put on a desk, while a laptop is a computer that can be put on your lap. Of course, this does not mean that a laptop cannot be put on a desk. But putting a desktop on your lap is not practical at all. So the differences between the desktop and the laptop are the following. The desktop is not mobile, and we cannot take it with us wherever we want. While a laptop is portable, and we can take it with us almost anywhere. The desktop has separate components. Separate keyboard, separate screen, separate mouse, separate speakers, and a separate microphone. While in the laptop, all the components are in one device. The word computer comes from the verb to compute, which means to calculate. And this is why every machine that computes information can be considered as a computer. Which means our tablet is a computer. Our phone is a computer. No, not that one. Yeah, I meant a smartphone. Even our car has an onboard computer. Hey, no, not this one. Alrighty. Hardware and software. Hardware is everything in the computer that we can touch, like the keyboard, the mouse, the screen, the motherboard, the CPU, the hard disk, the RAM, and others. While software is everything in the computer that we cannot touch, like applications and programs, for example, Windows, Microsoft Word and Excel, Microsoft Paint, iOS, and games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Minecraft, and others. As mentioned before, the computer computes data. The word data means information. And in order to work with information, there are three types of devices to do the job. The word device means hardware. Input devices, output devices, and storage devices. Let's start with input devices. An input device is a piece of hardware that is used to give information to the computer. Like the keyboard, we use the keyboard to type, so we are giving information to the computer. The mouse, we use the mouse to select objects, open files, and click on icons, so we are giving information to the computer using the mouse, and this is why it is an input device. The microphone, the gain controller, or the joystick is an input device, because we use it to give orders to the computer while playing a game. The scanner at the supermarket that scans the barcode is an input device because it transfers the information from the barcode to the computer. Even the webcam is an input device because it takes our image and puts it in the computer. Output devices. An output device is a piece of hardware that the computer uses to give us back the information. Remember, We gave the information to the computer using the input devices. Now it is the computer's turn to give us back the information. And to do so, the computer uses the output devices, like the screen. So the result of our typing on the keyboard and the moving of our mouse is seen on the screen. So the computer is giving us back the information through the screen, and this is why it is called an output device. The printer is an output device, the projector and the speakers and headphones are also output devices. Special case. A touch screen is a special case because it is both an input device and an output device at the same time. So we touch the screen to tell the computer what we want, and the computer answers us back using the same screen, so it is an input and an output at the same time. Storage devices. A storage device is a piece of hardware that stores the information, like the hard disk, which is also called the hard drive, the CDs and DVDs, the RAM, which we will talk about later, and the USB flash drives. Now, what happens between the input and the output? So the input devices give information to the computer, and the computer gives us back the information using the output devices. And what happens between them is called the processing. What is responsible for processing? The CPU. The CPU, which stands for Central Processing Unit, is the brain of the computer, and it is the main piece of hardware that does all the processing. Processing means calculating or computing. The CPU is attached to the motherboard and it is cooled by a fan. The speed of the CPU is measured in gigahertz. What is the motherboard? The task of the motherboard is to connect all the different hardware components of a computer together. So the CPU connects to the motherboard, the hard drive connects to the motherboard, the graphics card and the RAM are also connected to the motherboard along with many other components. The RAM. The RAM stands for Random Access Memory. It's a type of super-fast storage that your computer uses to hold the data it needs in the short term. RAM, also known as short-term memory, stores the needed data for the applications that are being used at the moment. And when those programs are closed, the RAM is emptied. And when the computer is turned off, the RAM is also emptied. This is why, when you have lots of applications and games that are opened all at the same time, whether on your computer or your phone, your device starts to slow down. There are two ways to make it faster, either by closing some unused applications or by adding more RAM. On the other hand, the data in the hard disk is permanently stored and will remain in the hard disk even after the computer is shut down and turned off. You look sleepy.
We are about to finish now, so wake up!
Oof, I'm here. Here's a little comparison between the hard disk and the RAM. The RAM is like the files that are on your desk now that you are currently working on, while the hard disk is like the files that are stored in your filing cabinet. Capacity. Look at this hard disk. Can you guess how much data it can store? Yes, it can store 1 terabyte of information. But wait, what is a terabyte? Here's a list of storage capacity units from the smallest to the largest. Unit, shortened abbreviation, and the capacity. The smallest unit is the bit, in lowercase b, and it is either a 1 or a 0, which is either on or off in the binary code. Then comes the byte, which is a capital B, and it is made out of 8 bits. Then the kilobyte, which is KB, and it is 1024 bytes. After that comes the megabyte, which is MB, and it is 1024 kilobytes. And then the gigabyte, which is GB, and it is 1024 megabytes. Then comes the terabyte, which is TB, and it is 1024 gigabytes. And then comes the petabyte, which is PB, and it is 1024 terabytes. So, this was our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And don't forget to like it if you liked it. Bye-bye.